Alright, welcome back guys. So in today's question we have another two force couple system from chapter 2, and we need to replace the two forces and one couple acting on the rigid pipe frame by their equivalent resultant force R acting at point O and a couple MO. So as always, we need to find one single force that represents all the forces that we have in this frame. And so for that, we just have to go for XY component of all of these forces, and we will just add all of them together. And before that, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's going to help me to get my content out there in order to reach out to more students. Let's get back to the question. So we're going to start with the resultant of these three forces. So we're going to start with the force part of the force couple system, and let's see what we have for resultant. So as always, we need to find the sum of all forces that we have in here, and let's start with the maybe x component and see what we have for x component. So looking at the 240 Newton force, we see that there is no x component. It will only have minus 240 Newton for y component. So we will have minus 240 so far from 200 force. And that's pretty much for the 240 Newton force. Let's see what we have for Rx. So if we look at the Rx, we see that we have the 200 force that makes 30 degrees angle with z-axis. And if we want to find the x component, obviously our x is positive because this would be our x component, and this will be our z component. So x will be positive, and what we have is 200 times sine of 30 degrees, which will be 100. We know sine of 30 is 0.5. So we found the x component, and we already showed that the y is only the 240 that we have, and also the 200 force has z component, which is negative, and it will be 200. This time we'll have cosine of 30 degrees. And if we calculate this, we'll get minus 173.2 Newton. And that's pretty much all we have for the R. So if we want to show R, we have 100 Newton for X component, minus 240 Newton for Y component, and last one, 173.2. That would be the Z component, and the unit here is Newton. So that's the force part. What we need to do in next step is finding the moment about point O. And for that, let's go one by one for each of these forces. So we are trying to find the sum of the all moments about point O, and let's see what we have. So we have the moment of the 240 Newton force, which will be, if we look at this, we'll see that it only makes moment about x-axis. I'm gonna show it in red. So the moment that this force makes about x-axis will be in this, and if we look at it from here, we'll see the moment will be counterclockwise, and we consider counterclockwise positive. And all we need to do is to do f times distance vector. F is 240, and the distance would be 300 millimeter or 0.3 meter. And as I mentioned, this will be the moment about x-axis, so it only has I. So that's pretty much everything for the 240 Newton. There is no any other moment for this force. And let's move on to the 200 Newton force. So there are a couple of ways for solving this. First of all, we can go either with the determinant that we have for finding the moment in 3D questions. And if we want to go that way, we just have to find RO if we call this point P. And all we need to do is to find our OP, and we already have the 200 force in a vector form, and we can do a cross product of F and our OP, and we can find a moment. That's one way to do it, but since the 200 Newton force is on XZ plane, there is another shortcut that we can use for this question. We already talked about the 2D shortcut that we have for finding the moment in 2D questions. There is another shortcut in 3D questions as well, as long as the force is in one single plane like here. So it would be easy to use that shortcut, but if we have all the x, y, z component for the force, it's probably easier to go with the determinant that we have, the cross product of F and R for finding the moment. But here, let's just go with the shortcut, then we can go over this. By the way, I'm gonna put the 2D shortcut for finding the moment in the description below. Feel free to check that out. It's gonna help a lot in 2D questions. So let's go with the shortcut that we have. So we already found that the Z component of the 200 Newton force is 173.2, and we know that the X component is 100 Newton. Let's start with the X component. If we look at the X component, the 100 Newton force, we'll see that this force can make moment about Y. And what the moment would be is basically this moment that I'm gonna show in red will be the moment that this is gonna make about Y. And if we look at Y-axis from here, we'll see that the moment is counterclockwise, so it is positive. So we're gonna write it down in here that our moment here will be the 100. So as it's positive, so we have 100 times, and the distance will be 0.3, which is the 30 millimeter that we have. So this is the distance here, which we know is 300. That was the moment that that force is gonna make. This force can also make moment about z-axis too. So if we look at this, we'll see that the force is exactly somewhere in here, which is the distance of 250 millimeter from the z-axis. So it can make a moment like that around z-axis too. And if we look at here to the z-axis, we'll see that the moment is counterclockwise, so it will be again positive. So for the 100 Newton force, we also have moment about z-axis too. The force again is 100, the distance is 250, and since it's counterclockwise, if we look at the z-axis from the point of view of this little guy that I showed in red, we'll see that the moment will be counterclockwise, and we always consider counterclockwise positive. So we know we have again the 100 Newton force times this time 250 divided by 1000, which will be 0.25, and that would be the moment for z-axis. And if we look at it, we'll see that the 100 Newton force is in the same direction as x-axis, therefore it won't make any moment about x-axis. So that was pretty much everything for the 100 Newton force in here. So we found the 240 Newton force. We found the X component of 200, which was 100 Newton. There's only one force left, is the 170 force. Let's figure out that this force can make moment about which axis. So looking at the 173.2 Newton force, we'll see that it can make a moment about y-axis. It's in the opposite direction of z-axis, which means there wouldn't be any moment about z-axis. So looking at this, we'll see that they can make a moment like that about y-axis. And again, we have our little guy looking at the y-axis. And if we look at it this time, the moment is clockwise, which means we have a negative sign for clockwise moment. So if we get back in here, we will have a negative sign for the moment. And if we want to figure out the distance is simply the distance that we have in here, which is 375 millimeter, and divided by 1000 to get it in meter will be 0.375. The force is 173.2, and the distance, as I mentioned, is 0.375. One common confusion about this sign is, again, this sign has nothing to do with the sign of the force. So if we look at here, we'll see that the force is a negative 173, But what we care about is that force that we have the direction already, and we know it's downward, which is why we have a negative sign in RZ. What we care about is the direction of the moment, or finding out that if the moment is clockwise or counterclockwise. So that's what we care about. And as long as we can figure out the direction of the moment, we only put the magnitude of the force and the distance. So that would be one of the moments about point y. But if we look at the figure, we'll see that the 173.2 forces also make a moment about x-axis too. So if we continue this force here, it will be somewhere in here, and we know that there is a distance for here, which is the distance that we have in here, 250 millimeter, which means we have another force in here for the 173.2 Newton force. And let's see what would be the direction for the moment. So we have the force in there, which will be in this direction for x. Again, we have our little guy looking at the x-axis, and if we look at this, we'll see that this moment is also counterclockwise, which is positive. So this time we have 173.2 for the force, and as I mentioned, the distance will be this time the 250 millimeter that we have, or 0.25 meter, the 48 Newton meter couple that we have, and that would be the last moment that we have. And since this is about a y-axis and the direction is clockwise, we will have a negative sign for the 48. And that's pretty much all the moments that we have in here. And all we need to do in here is just to add y components together, j components together, and k components together. So for I, we'll have, and if we calculate each of these and add them, we'll get 115.3. There is 3 j's in here, and if we add those, we'll get minus 83. And there's only one k component left, which will be 25k, and the unit will be Newton meter, as we convert all the millimeter dimensions to meter by dividing them to 1,000. And this will be the couple part of the question.